What's good, everybody? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. And guys, we're gonna fly all the way to Michigan. And before we go into Michigan, I want to just tell everybody, especially all the African American brothers out there, happy Black History Month. As an African American, our people fought so hard to give us the opportunity that we had today. Many of them didn't know us, know that we existed, but they did something. They cared about the next generation. Some people suffered. A lot of people couldn't go to school. A lot of people couldn't have access. You know, some of us are going out of the country all the time. They didn't ever have that experience because they fought for the generation that came after them. And for that, we always got to give respect. Round of applause for our people. And while I'm saying that, we're in Michigan where a lot of African Americans are at, especially in the Detroit, Flint area. There's a brother by the name of Austin Chenge, okay? Now, he is a person that is running on the Republican ticket for governor of Michigan. Okay, so Nigerian American who served in the military running for governor. Okay. What's interesting about that? I'm glad you asked that question because Mr. Austin believes that if he is elected governor, he wants to cancel Black History Month. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to pull up the screenshot and I'm going to read it here. He says this: "Take music! I will cancel Black History Month in Michigan. It's offensive, unfair, maybe illegal. Americans from all backgrounds deserve a revered history. I'll declare American History Month. Austin Chenge, hashtag veteran. And first, hashtag Republican governor, hashtag candidate for Michigan. Visit austinforgovernor.com. Get a nigga some boo sound effects. All right. So let me just do this because I want to be honest. You know, I'm a brother that I'm from the African American community. And before I went to Africa, I used to notice that there was sometimes, not all the times, a difference in between, let's say, the Nigerian American community or certain communities are a little bit more closer, like Liberia. But certain people were, you know, Kenyans or, you know, they were over there, we were over here. When I was at Howard, I noticed that, all right? I really didn't think nothing of it. I was just like, well, you know, the Africans over there, we over here, who cares? But then when I noticed more that it was either they felt that they were rejected by us or we felt that we were rejected by them. And then also that there was a difference of them that they couldn't relate to us, okay? And I'm saying that because Austin wants to cancel Black History Month. I wonder if he's going to cancel Cinco de Mayo. I wonder if he wants to cancel any of these other holidays that celebrate certain groups of people in America. But the reason why he wants to cancel Black History Month is he believes that he's not a part of our community at all. Some could argue that, right? And he also believes that the African American struggle is not different than other groups, okay? And I hear that all the time. Why do blacks need Black History Month? Well, there's only one group of people that were enslaved in America. There were only one group of people that really suffered a lot of Jim Crow laws. And I'm not saying that other groups didn't suffer, because we know that they did. We know that the Japanese had problems in America. We know that, you know, certain groups of people had issues coming to America. But it is documented that nobody has been mistreated in America more so than African Americans. All right? And if you want to be honest, a Nigerian American such as himself was gifted the opportunity because of the civil rights that blacks fought for. Now, it wasn't just African Americans fighting for those rights. We must be honest. You had Jamaicans and Caribbeans who, before the term African Americans, were living in the same communities as blacks. Not only that, if you look at the history, you had Africans who were coming into America. And when they came into America, if they had to come before the 50s or 60s, you do have small pockets of them. They lived amongst the African Americans community. And they stood up for those rights as well. If they were from Africa, it didn't matter, right? The black community was, if you were black in America, the majority of us were American blacks, but then Jamaicans, the Haitians, we lived in the same pockets, even in the South, Haitians and stuff like that. Haitians became African Americans. You have some Africans that came, they became African Americans. Just like you have some of our African Americans that went to France and became black French, or to Canada and became black Canadians. So when you're talking about, canceling Black History Month, you're also talking about canceling a part of your history too. Because a lot of blacks originated from where your place is. And he's a proud person from Nigeria. I looked at your website. But see, we must not let a person like this be divisive and think like all Africans feel like this or all African immigrants feel like this. This is a guy who's clout chasing. He wants to get, some butter biscuits from the greater society. And I want to tell you, when you talk like this, not only do your people lose respect for you, the greater society loses respect for you because you're so willing to turn on the closest group of people to you to get with them. They're never going to give you the same respect that you're asking for. Why would you want to cancel Black History Month for a group of people who have been historically oppressed, that have contributed to the United States, and again, you want to come after blacks. It's the same thing that I say about African Americans. You want to come after, African immigrants, and that was the point that King Richards made to me, for when they come to America and do well. So now we want to target just that community. When the Hispanic community is, in certain parts of California, they pushing blacks out, not all of them, but some of them, with violence. It's been documented. The Hispanics are opening businesses and taking over black communities. But you have all the smoke for African communities when it's not even that many African immigrants in comparison to the rest of them. You have the Asians, you have all these other people. And, that just goes to show that we, as a lot of brothers in the black community, whether it's African American or African, we have a lot of self-hatred towards the blacks. And see, and a lot of us want to go over and want to be an American. But see, Austin doesn't understand that even if he becomes governor, he's still black. That's not going to make some people like you. Like, you doing everything you can to make somebody like you. They're not going to like you. Somebody going to still be calling you the N-word. And then you're going to have people disliking you on both sides. The black community not going to like you. Okay? And then, the greater society is going to have something to say about you. To them, you always going to be that N-word. Okay? No matter what you do. So it is imperative for us to understand that while this guy is doing that, we know all Africans are not like that. We know that most blacks won't respect. If you're nice to them, they'll be nice to you. But this is selling out, okay? I would never say, well, you know what? We should never celebrate Nigerian Independence Day in America, which is, I think it's October the 1st of every year. Would you say that? I bet you want to go to the Nigerian Independence Parade, don't you? And see, we have to be able to respect each other's struggles. This is how the African community and the black community in America come at odds sometimes. Because, hey, as you respect our struggle, we can respect your struggle. Then we can come together on things that we can agree on and build for the next generation. Well, guys, it's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Glad you came here. I really appreciate you and all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment pinned to the top. Check out the Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts there. Make sure you go to the first comment and buy you one. Check it out. Check out our Patreon, guys. Support our Patreon community. We're doing the Negro Manosphere Awards. We are the Black Manosphere platform. I have negromanosphere.com. We write articles over there. We try to give brothers assistance in the platform. Support our community, right? Because when you support the Negro Manosphere community, it helps pay the writers. It helps pay for the awards that we send out. It pays for a lot of these things to help give black men recognition. So I want you guys to keep continuing to support us as we support you. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.